Construction means progress, growing cities, new homes, and thriving communities. But it also brings challenges, like waste and emissions. The good news? Change is happening. Leading the shift is Ayala Land. Through its construction arm, Makati Development Corporation, it is rethinking the way we shape our spaces. Not just how buildings and communities are made, but what they're made of. Today, we explore Ayala Land and we'll find out how they are taking bold ideas and turning them into everyday impacts by embracing the circular economy, minimizing their construction waste, recycling materials, and adopting greener strategies. Ayala Land is building with purpose, and they are at the forefront of building our sustainable future. We speak to Ayala Land Sustainability Head Ana Gonzalez and MDC's General Manager for Ayala Center PCT Operations Center, Engineer Reden Garcia, as they share how MDC is paving the way for more sustainable construction. So Anna, let's talk about the idea of a circular economy. What does it actually mean, and how are you guys embracing it at Ayala Land?
Circular economy is really not a new thing. The best way to explain it is to tell you what it's not. What we have right now is a linear economy. So you take from nature, you make something out of it, you use it, and then you throw it away. So the circular economy is a little bit different in the sense that you come up with something which is durable. You make it last for a long time until it doesn't become useful anymore. You should be able to turn it into something else, either by recycling it to what it used to be, like steel. Steel is a material which doesn't lose its quality and its strength over time.
But in terms of the big picture of the circular economy, how is Ayala Land embracing that, and how have you made that one of the principles that you now operate by?
We are a real estate company. We use a lot of materials from nature. So we have to address the fact that materials are finite. The earth is finite. And also, as far as Ayala Land is concerned, we are also operating properties. We have a lot of waste. To address what we call our waste is to bring them to life again at some point. So by 2030, our stated target is zero waste to landfill. So people started bringing their clean and dry plastics to us because we had a destination for them. And they could actually crush some of the non-recyclable plastics and put them in bricks. I hope our clients, our buyers actually understand that what they're moving into in the future would be a building that is responsible in that way.
Let's talk a little bit about how MDC is embracing Ayala Land's push towards more sustainable construction.
For net zero, we are working on decarbonizing our construction operations. We are shifting our sites' power supply sources into renewable energy. We are also transitioning our equipment and vehicle into electric. For a circular economy, we practice green building standards. We also minimize waste disposal into landfills. And at the same time, we prioritize the use of sustainable materials like low-carbon concrete and the green rebars.
When you talk about green concrete or more sustainable approaches to the use of concrete material, what are we talking about here, as well as the reclaimed rebars and that sort of thing?
We maximize the life cycle of the materials, and at the same time, we minimize waste disposal. Okay. One great example is the demolition of the old Greenbelt one, wherein the rebars were recovered by Steel Asia. They will process it into green steel and then deliver it back to our site to be used for the new mall.
Right.
There are challenges, of course. One of these is the challenge on logistics and storage area. We also have the challenge of ensuring that these reusable materials are still meeting the safety and quality standards. And lastly, the awareness of our stakeholders. We address these challenges. We provide material recovery facilities for these reusable items. And at the same time, we conduct strict inspection protocols to ensure that these materials are safe and reliable. We also conduct trainings and programs to our project site teams and at the same time partner with accredited recyclers and waste management providers.
Are there any benchmarks, milestones that put the proof out there?
We have reprocessed 107 tons of plastics to construction materials for operations. We have also recovered 208 tons of steel from our redevelopment projects, and we have collected 563 tons of yard waste for a waste-to-energy plant, and then we have diverted 25 tons of food waste from landfills.
I think it's proof that an approach to construction that includes or puts sustainability at the forefront certainly is a system that works, and we see the work happening right here. When we return, we'll explore how Ayala Land's partnership with Steel Asia is helping drive their sustainability goals forward. In their commitment to build sustainably and responsibly, Ayala Land, through their construction arm, Makati Development Corporation, or MDC, is taking a bold step by shifting to green steel when it comes to their construction projects. By partnering with Steel Asia, they're proving that construction can most definitely be innovative as well as environmentally conscious. Strong, let's begin really where the partnership between Steel Asia and Ayala Land began. Where did this begin, and what's the story behind it?
Wow, it's interesting. What started over a casual coffee chat between Steel Asia and Ayala Land, actually both organizations share a common goal. We would like to demonstrate that with close partnership, we can actually bring benefits of circular economy to all stakeholders. Actually, when we talk about circular economy, we are really talking about the Philippines ecosystem. How we can use the raw materials available in the country and convert into something that the Philippines needs,
Right.
which in our case is green steel. Traditional steel making involves making steel from iron ore in coal-based blast furnaces. And because it uses a lot of coal, it generates on the average 2.3 tons of CO2 for every ton of steel made. That is a lot of CO2. On the other hand, green steel, while there is no universal definition for green steel, but generally the widely accepted definition of green steel is a steel made using alternative technologies without the use of coal, and in the process generates significantly lower greenhouse gas emissions. When we talk about significant, it should be at least more than 70% lower greenhouse gas emissions. I wouldn't say we pioneered that because it is a global technology, but I'd like to share what Steel Asia is doing. We are combining the recycling technology together with electrification technology, combining that with renewable energy. So essentially using locally available scrap, using locally generated renewable energy, together we make green steel out of it. And we are so proud to share the emissions of our plant in Kalaka, Batangas was verified by DNV of Norway, a very respected international assessment company. It generates 0.28 tons of CO2 per ton of steel produced. That is nearly 90% lower than traditional steel making. And I'd like to add that Steel Asia is not stopping there, because we see the potential of producing more green steel in the country instead of letting the raw materials flow out through exports. So we're going to expand a green steel production in the next few years alone from 500,000 tons a year to 3.5 million tons a year. So that's a 7 times increase. And in the process, we are going to make the first manufacturing plant in the country for steel materials which are sorely needed by the infrastructure development of the country. But they are all today 100% imported into the country. So plus the fact that with this 3.5 million tons of green steel produced in the country, we're going to avoid 7 million tons of CO2 per year. Very big contribution to the global climate goals.
The Makati Development Corporation's shift towards green steel is just part of Ayala Land's broader reinvention strategy. Ayala Mall's Chief Operating Officer, Paul Burkett, shares how the company is shaping a more responsible and future-proof ready approach to growth via sustainability and innovation. So let's get straight into it, Paul.
Okay.
How would you describe Ayala Mall's reinvention when it comes to embracing the circular economy in the way it does business?
I think it's important that we don't exist as a standalone entity, and potentially we have in the past. So whether it's down to the suppliers we're using, the materials we're using, that has to feed back into that circularity. The stuff we're doing at Cebu, we're using local architects, local tradesmen building some of the finishes and trying to not just reflect the look and feel and the culture of the area, but actually bring employment back to those businesses. Because Ayala Malls are responsible for employing, I think it's upwards of 100,000 people across all of our estates. That's a lot of money flowing through the system.
Sustainability has always been a tough sell in the past.
Yeah.
Does it continue to be that way? How has that changed in the way it reflects in the way you're bought?
It starts from the top, doesn't it? So our leadership team completely support this. We have an impact on not only the people that live around us, but the whole environmental piece. So we drive that environmental change and it's supported. And I guess the downside is it doesn't always show immediate benefit. Some of these small actions. So we are the first mall operator to use FSC, that's the Forestry Sustainability Commission certified toilet paper. A small thing, but we don't cut down trees to do that now. And also the way that it's recycled means that we're moving about 30 tons of waste from landfill each month. But to do that, you have to invest a little bit more money. And I think it's the term investment that's important, because nothing gets cheaper as time moves on. So if we start these actions now that have a positive benefit, yes, it costs us a bit more at the front end, but it saves us on waste, it saves on the number of trucks on the road, it has those added benefits for traffic, for people, for smog, for pollution, for all of those things.
What would be the thing that excites you most in the coming years when it comes to the sustainability efforts and the full embrace and hug of the circular economy for Ayala Malls?
It's the little things that are where the excitement comes. And yes, we can redefine a bathroom and use sustainable materials and low flow taps and water and all those things. But it's behaviours as well. Behaviours are most critical. It's how we get the behaviours of our tenants, our customers, how we encourage people to segregate waste, how we work with our partners downstream who deal with our waste, whether it's recycling wood, separating food out, and just simple things. We've changed some of our cleaning methodologies now to make the cleaning systems much more hygienic. It's based upon hospital-type cleaning approaches, and they use 90% less water and fewer chemicals. So all the way down the value chain, they have this added impact. And when you add all those little things up, the results are truly breathtaking.
Just to add, I think over the past few years, or in the past, when we talk about renovations, expansions, it's usually more hard space. Now we seem to be moving in the opposite direction. We're actually reclaiming or bringing more green space and open space back into the mall experience and the shopping experience.
I think it's important in the Philippines, especially in Metro Manila, where it is such a highly densified urban environment. Green space is important for people, but it's also important for biodiversity, for oxygenation of the environment. So when we looked at Greenbelt, there's 3 hectares inside Greenbelt that is garden. Now, if I put my money-making hat on, I want to fill it full of retail and build it and put a roof on it, but that's not right. So there's this paradigm that exists between what's morally right, what's socially right, what's commercially right, what's environmentally right, and then we need to look at those spaces. And I think it's very easy to forget in a green space, just like an office building, it needs love, it needs care, it needs maintenance. We need to bring it back to a look and a feel that adds value. It's no use having a green garden if nobody can get in there and enjoy it and experience it. So we're doing a lot of work on that as well.
Sustainability is no longer just a trend. It's a core pillar of modern design. It allows companies to grow and to flourish and to operate more efficiently while reducing their impact to the environment. At the forefront of this shift is Ayala Land, with its construction arm, the Makati Development Corporation, leading the way towards building a greener future through sustainable construction. Because building the future should never come at the cost of the planet. I'm Paolo Abrera. We may have a daunting task ahead of us, but we've got the solution if we all pitch in. And it all begins with one small act.